What happened in a courtroom that gave the judge a belly laugh you will never forget? So I'm standing in this tiny courthouse downtown, trying not to sweat through my only button-up shirt. My downstairs neighbor is suing me for emotional distress because my pet monitor lizard Meatball is apparently terrorizing their family. Yeah, you heard that right. A lizard named Meatball. This whole mess started because I got Meatball after my divorce last year. I was living alone, feeling pretty crappy about everything, and my therapist suggested an emotional support animal. Most people get dogs or cats. I went to this reptile expo and saw this massive monitor lizard just chilling in his tank, blinking super slowly at everyone walking by. The guy said his name was Meatball, and he was 3 feet long and growing. Something about him just seemed chill, you know? Like he understood that life sucks sometimes. So I brought Meatball home to my apartment. Got him this huge tank by the window where he likes to sunbathe. I even bought him a tiny sweater from this lady on Etsy because winter was coming and I thought it was funny. Started taking him to the park on weekends with this special lizard leash. People would stare, but Meatball didn't care. He'd just move super slow and blink at everything. The problem started when my neighbor's 8-year-old daughter saw Meatball sitting in the window. She screamed bloody murder and ran to her parents saying there was a monster next door. Instead of explaining that monitor lizards are harmless, they decided Meatball was some kind of threat. They started complaining to the landlord. Then they called animal control twice. When that didn't work, they hired a lawyer and sued me for $15,000 in emotional distress. Their lawyer was this overdressed guy who kept adjusting his tie and talking about psychological trauma. During the hearing, they presented their evidence. It was screenshots from my Instagram page showing Meatball in different costumes. There was Lizard DiCaprio, where I put these tiny sunglasses on him. Meatball Musk with a little business suit. Judge Judy's cousin with a tiny black robe. But my personal favorite was Clint Eastwood week, where Meatball wore this miniature cowboy hat I found at a toy store. The neighbor's dad actually took the stand and started crying. Real tears. He said his daughter couldn't walk through their living room anymore without checking the window first. That she was having nightmares about giant lizards. The mom was nodding along, dabbing her eyes with tissues. Their lawyer kept showing photos of Meatball just sitting there being a lizard, like literally doing nothing but existing. They called it stalking behavior and malicious intent. I couldn't believe this was actually happening. When it was my turn, I didn't have a fancy lawyer, couldn't afford one after the divorce, so I just walked up to my bag and pulled out this laminated folder I'd put together the night